Cannibals, they stalk each other. Now, as the ice and glaciers melt, the earth rebounds. It gets back round. It uplifts and returns to a nearly spherical shape. Now, this comes from the Encyclopedia Britannica. The rate of uplift is extremely rapid at first, and then decreases exponentially. Eventually, long after the ice has wasted away completely, the original pre-glacial condition is restored. The Finland Scandinavian region and eastern North America, where the largest ice sheets depress the crust, are still recovering. In the Finland Scandinavian region, the line of rebound, or updoming, runs from southern Scandinavia northeastward towards Leningrad. And this rebound is recorded by gauges along the coast and measurements of beaches and other shorelines that have been depressed and then lifted above sea levels. So in other words, the earth is still currently rebounding from the last ice age. And the eastern North America and the Finland Scandinavian region are still rebounding. So now, the poles of the earth shifted 730 years ago. Toba, the supervolcano in Sumatra, again erupted around 700,000 years ago. And Homo erectus and Pithecanthropus, also called Pithecanthropus erectus, are scientific names for a category that is commonly known as Java man. Now, Java tribes first appeared in the Java, Sumatra, Borneo region. That's where those orangutans live. Of mainland Asia during the first glacial period around 700,000 years ago. Now, Java tribes were descendants of Kubifora males. Those were the ones who took over the Simopithecus Babylon territory and migrated to Asia. And they were the ones who became strict meat eaters. Java tribes were descendants of Kubifora males and female primates of Southeast Asia who had Simopithecus heritage. Now, Java fossils were found at 7 Indonesian sites, and the oldest fossils were found in Java. Java tribes had more ape characteristics than human. They walked upright and were over 5 feet tall, but some had traits for gigantism and attained heights of 10 to 14 feet. Males were 2 or more times larger than females and had large projecting canine teeth of fangs that were fused to the 2 adjacent teeth. They had massive lower jaws but lacked chins. An enormous bar of bone ran unbroken across their eyes, and they lacked a forehead. The skull was low vaulted, the cranial roof flat, and the brain case astonishingly small. The brain capacity being 750 to 900 cc's, which is the lowest limit among H. erectus categories. He was still called an H. erectus because he was descended from Kubifora. And this is called an H. erectus, but this is really the skull of Java man. I'm sorry. This is H. erectus too, but both of them are H. erectus, but one is evolved in Africa, and this one evolved, and this is from Kubifora, a descendant of Kubifora. Okay, now earlier races of man were mental communicators. They could project their thoughts. Java man was not. Modern science says that speech evolved in Java man, Java tribes. Java tribes were predators. They were alert and conscious of their immediate surroundings. They evolved during the first glaciation and were physically adapted to cold weather. Now, when the first interglacial warming began around 600,000 years ago, Java tribes migrated into the mountain systems of Asia. Now, during that first interglacial warming, H. erectus tribes from Ottaway Gorge migrated northward into the mountain systems of northern Africa and Europe. They didn't go into the mountain systems of Asia. They went into northern Africa and Europe. Now when the ice sheets, then they traveled there when it was warm. When the ice sheets and cold temperatures returned around 550 years ago, H. erectus tribes retreated from northern Europe and concentrated in Spain, Morocco, Algeria, Libya, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Rhodesia. Now, Africa's population was approximately 20 times that of Europe during glacial periods, just because it was cold. Now, during the glacial period, they manufactured choppers, hand axes, cleavers, scraping tools, chipped stone balls, and bola missiles, whatever those are. Archaeological findings show that they camped in the open, but they did not use fire. Now, camp refuse contained the bones of pigs, zebras, and baboons, which must have been eaten raw. Cut.